Hello and welcome, Desert Mountain members, to another edition of the Desert Mountain Podcast. My name is Michael Craven, joined today by Kim Atkinson. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Michael.
How are you?
Doing great.
We are at Spring Bash.
Wow. That's a hashtag right there.
That's right.
Well done.
Man, just another one. They get bigger and better and more awesome every single year.
Yes.
Especially since we've had Sixwire with us, because they love to bring new fantastic guests with them every year.
They are the glue. They bring it all together.
They really do.
Yeah.
We got to chat with them for the first time on the podcast last year. Mm-hmm. We will do that again.
Yes.
This year.
Yes.
And they have a whole new host of guests this year. So last year was awesome. We had Wally Palmer from The Romantics, Steve Augeri from Journey, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, who I know you were a big fan of.
It was fun.
It was phenomenal. And then this year, drum roll please. So we have been sworn to secrecy on this. We have not been able to talk about who's going to join us this year.
And that's really hard to do when you have a microphone, right?
Every week, it's like, man, I just want to spill the beans, put it out there. But now we can finally do it.
So exciting.
All right. So Sixwire, obviously, unbelievable. Always an amazing show that they put on.
Yep.
This year, they're bringing someone from Boston,
Come on.
Chicago,
Keep going.
and Kool in the gang.
What?
Yes. So it's going to be, it's going to be awesome. Just talk about spanning the generations. I mean, we're going 60s, 70s, 80s. I feel like Chicago is still putting out music. So yeah, just awesome. Can't wait.
So amazing. So much fun. And we can't wait to welcome them to the podcast table.
Absolutely.
All right. So you're going to take the lead on these interviews, Michael.
That's what I'm told.
Okay.
I'll try to do my best. I'm a little nervous. They're rock stars.
International superstars.
I'll do my best.
Right here on the mountain.
Right here at Desert Mountain.
All right.
All right.
Go?
Let's do it. Let's go get them. Okay. All right, members. I am here joined with two of your performers for tonight's Spring Bash. I will introduce them. Sitting just to my right, former lead singer of Chicago. Is that correct? Or one of the lead singers of Chicago?
You got it, man.
Jason Sheff.
Uh-huh.
Welcome.
Thank you. You pronounced that right. There's a lot of people, I've been called all kinds of things. Skeef, Skeff, Chef. You win the prize, buddy.
I love it. I love it. And to your right, we have formerly of Kool and the Gang, Al Paris. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Welcome, Al. Gentlemen, welcome to the mountain. You're getting your bearings. You said when you were on your way up, you were going, man, this is quite a ways up here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But look at the view behind you,
beautiful
though.
place. I know, man.
Isn't that
I'm
incredible?
kind of a little upset because I didn't play golf today. I know Jason was too.
Oh, yeah. I was telling him I'm salivating, man. I'm coming up here and looking at this.
Yeah, we have an amazing community of people up here, as we were just talking about before we started filming. They love golf. They love a lot of recreational activities. We play a lot of pickleball here, tennis. We have hiking trails, but we also love to party, and we love music. And for the past several years, we've had Sixwire come out, and they bring different guests with them each year. Our members have gotten pretty excited to see who's going to come.
Well, you can't get more party and a better party band and catalog than Kool and the Gang. I mean, when he gets up and does it, man, it takes you right back to when we first heard these songs, and people start moving. I mean, and I just love working with Al, and great singer. So,
Al, have you? How long have you been doing this type of thing? Like, have you been working with these guys for a while?
Man, when Sixwire call, Jason can attest to this. You get on board and you show up.
Yeah,
those guys are amazing. We like working with them whenever they call us for anything. If the schedules allow, then we show up and we support what they're doing. And this is a wonderful event. This thing that y'all doing. They told us that they've done it a couple of years before.
Yes.
I'm kind of upset because I think you and I was talking like we wasn't a part of it, right?
No, yeah, we're pretty upset, but we're getting over it. But we got a ways to go.
Well, that's kind of the theme has been a new guest every year. But who knows? Maybe if you blow the crowd away, you just blow them away so much, they'll invite you back again.
If they do, we want to come play golf too, man.
Can we make that happen?
Can we make that happen?
Yeah, can we make that happen? We're golfers. We love to play.
John Lieberger.
He's a golfer. I'm a hacker.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask you too about that, being up here with, and that was one of the questions they asked me too before we started recording was, man, this is a really big place. Just 18 holes? No, not 18 holes. 126 holes.
Yeah,
So,
when you said there's 2,500 members and being golfers in clubs, it's like, wow, they're like bumming if they have 400 members. I'm going 2,500. No, there's a bunch of courses around. That's what I figured.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what you've had going on. Did I read you've been with Chicago for a long time, right?
I joined in 1985.
So like right after
When
Cetera.
I replaced Peter, and I was just this 23-year-old kid, and I thought, there's no way this is going to work. People always ask me, they say, how did you have the courage to go in and do that? I said, well, because I didn't think it was going to work. I wasn't like, but it did. And that's the thing I love to tell kids or any up-and-comers is you can prepare, you can try and think your way around any of these situations, but it just comes down to that moment when you walk in and it's the bottom of the ninth and the bases are loaded. You're either going to feel comfortable or not. And it was weird walking in the studio with David Foster and Humberto, and they just won Grammys for the record, the album Chicago 17 with Year of the Inspiration and all that stuff. They're staring me down. I'm thinking, oh boy, okay, here's the one and done. But I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
Just like in golf, it's weird how competition, it's just a weird thing. It slows me down.
Yeah.
And it puts me in a great zone. So yeah, I joined in '85.
Well, didn't you came right in and had 25 and 6 to 4, right? Right after off the bat.
We did it. Yeah, we did a remake of that, but it was a weird thing because all the program directors at the time were the age of the band, and it's funny when I think of this, they were 40. They were just turning 40 years old. So I'm 23 thinking, man, wow, these guys have been around. And the program, so the remake of 25 or 6 to 4 was really not embraced by the program directors.
Interesting.
Apparently the calls were real positive. People were calling in going, yeah, but it was almost like a boycott. They thought that was spitting on the flag. So Peter Cetera had just released Glory of Love, which went to #1. And so we scrambled to get another single out, which was Will You Still Love Me? And so that was the first hit that I sang, and it was #3. It was a big hit. So
awesome.
Then it was, okay, I guess you're in. You can maybe relax a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you had big shoes to fill, and you did them, and you filled them. When you talked about the bottom of the ninth, kind of coming in as a closer, kind of what you're doing tonight in a way, because Sixwire comes out, they started out, they get everybody hopping, get everybody moving, get the drinks flowing a little bit, and then it's later on as you start to come in. It's almost like when that name pops up. I mean, are you excited? Like, I know you've probably played a million shows, but do you still get excited to hear the crowd when they see you up there and they see you walk out and you see how excited they are?
Well, I do, and also joining Chicago, standing next to two singers, Bill Champlin and Robert Lamb, that's going to get your attention. And I was just working with Bill the other day talking about this, that's a great thing to have as somebody that's going to fire. Hey, I got to follow him tonight. And it's like he leaves him in a smoldering mess, but that's a wonderful feeling to go, okay, you got to get it together, which is a really healthy thing. So
yeah. I don't know if I'd want to follow up Al, because he's going to have the quintessential party jams, and people are going to be at the top.
Believe me.
All the music is like, what he does with Chicago is different. Kool and the Gang music is different, but the songs are still popular music. Still crossover music. And like he was saying, to be able to be on stage and you see the crowd, I gauge on the energy of what I see out there. And you said something about drinking. The more they drink, the better we sound. So if they drink up a little, we start to play, and then the party.
Yeah,
really get kicked off.
I don't think you'll be disappointed in our membership. I think our membership knows how to have a good time, and they've proven that over the years. And hopefully you'll be able to feed off their energy tonight.
Yeah, we'll have fun. This is what we do for a living.
What have you been up to? I know, when you go through it, you have such a long career, both of you, such a long career of music. Like, is this kind of what you like to do now? These kind of events, or what are you up to these days?
Since leaving Kool and the Gang, I started my own company, and this is what I do. The corporate thing, like again, Jason and I talk a lot when I do see him. This is something that we're trying to get into more because it's so amazing to be able to do this type of work. You know, we do a lot of work for St. Jude and like just different organizations and stuff like that. But man, music is life. Music is beautiful. You know, to be able to write songs. What I've been doing in the meantime of me leaving Kool and the Gang was, you know, I have a band called Al Paris and the Heartbreakers. And before Tom Petty passed, I made sure my attorneys made sure I was safe with using Al Paris and the Heartbreakers, and I was safe, you know, so it wouldn't been like a backlash or anything like that. But just been writing a lot of songs and, you know, just trying to keep the music flowing.
One of my favorite things about every time we talk to the guys from Sixwire, they also, I'm sure both of you could sit here and name drop for a while.
Right,
you know, some of the guys they've played with have been incredible, and I'm sure it's fun to have them as a band playing music for you, because it seems like they're so versatile. They can play behind anybody, it feels like. Is that, would you agree with that?
Exactly. Yes, they can. Those are bona fide musicians.
Yeah.
They're the real deal. They're the real deal.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well-
everybody that comes and plays with them, especially first timers, they leave just going, wow, that was Billy Gibbons. I did one with Billy and Don Barnes of 38 Special, and Billy Gibbons was like, man, that's a band. It was really cool.
And that's why, you know, our members love them so much, and we keep having them back. So I'm glad we could get you up here this year. So yeah, I really appreciate you joining me. We'll also have someone from Boston, I believe, will be here tonight too.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, quite the star-studded lineup tonight, and we really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us. By the time our members see this, they will have already danced and partied and had their time. But as we sit here now, I think we're all very excited to get out there and get in front of them and perform. And
Okay, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
thank you very much. Great to meet you both.
Okay, you too.
Thank you. Desert Mountain members. The members of Sixwire who I'm joined with are having a little bit of fun with our soundboard.
Whatever do you need?
Oh, there we go. Now that's the way to start a podcast. I really want to welcome you guys back to the podcast. Year 2 of you joining us here, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Of course. Happy to be here.
We have been keeping the secret of who the special guest would be. I think we've done a really good job of keeping it, and now the cat will be out of the bag by the time this comes out. But
Good.
man, another great job, another great set that you put together, set of guys.
I appreciate that. We're lucky to have not only some great friends in the guests that we have on the show this year, but they're also, you know, iconic voices, and they're amazing people and amazing performers, and what a pleasure to get to do that. Such a treat.
Yeah, when we heard Chicago, Boston, Kool and the Gang, we were just like, man, like band after band that everybody knows, iconic songs, obviously by all of them, huge catalogs. The genres are so different. Like Kool, they go from Kool and the Gang, and then you go to like Chicago, and they were very complimentary of you. Like, this is a band. These guys can stand behind and play behind me, him, and it's two completely different types of music.
Yeah, it's we have to be chameleons, you know, as far as learning different music from different eras and from different genres. This week, you know, tonight here this year, having, you know, songs by Kool and the Gang and songs by Chicago and songs by Boston, and those are all 3 very different groups. But then we shift gears. Next week we'll be in Texas playing behind all the, you know, up and coming country artists for the ACM Awards. So it's a different every week for us.
How do you go about creating these new and unique experiences? Does it just kind of happen naturally? Do you seek it out? Do you put groups together on purpose, or how does it work?
You know, in theory, we do it on purpose. It seems more like we stumble into about half the things that we do. We've been together a long time. You know, the guys in the band have all worked together a long time. And we discovered sometime, you know, maybe 15 years ago or so, that we seemed like we were learning songs all the time. We were working in television a lot, and we were working on contest shows like American Idol and that type of show. And we were a house band for these competition shows. We were constantly learning songs, and we had to learn them for recording sessions in Nashville as well. And we have a shorthand way of writing music that is commonly used in Nashville that they just call a number system. It's where musical notes and musical chords coincide with numbers so that you can write the music out in numbers, and if you change keys, that music chart doesn't change. It would take a while to explain that to everybody, but it's a shorthand system that enables us to keep a lot of songs all banked in a Dropbox folder, and they're all on our iPods right there, or iPads.
Gotcha.
iPods, yeah. We still have those too. And we just put it in our Walkman, and we listen to it. And but it's so, and we read music out of our iPads that are mounted there so that we can refer to things. We found we learned songs really fast, and we started doing multi-artist shows like this where we could bring in guest stars, maybe just the lead singer of Chicago, just the lead singer of Kool and the Gang, and just the lead singer of Boston, and we would be the band behind everybody and just learn all of their music. And that way we can have a seamless show where, you know, if you get the lead singer of Kool and the Gang who sings for a little while and then he walks off stage, and then the lead singer of Chicago walks out and sings, and that way you don't have to wait for the band to change over or anything like that. It just goes from one artist right to the next. And we've been very successful doing that, and we just keep working harder and harder to get better at it.
I think a lot of it is, and I know for our membership, it's almost like, and now look what we have here, and then now here, and then now it's like one thing after the other, one surprise after the next. That makes it fun for everybody too.
Well, we're glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because we like bringing a different lineup every year. That's fun for us too.
We were talking before we came out here, and one of the things I wanted to ask you is this. We've had a few years now to get to know you guys and see you perform. One of the things I've noticed is you don't take breaks. You play straight through. You're not taking breaks between sets or anything. I think you're going straight through for what, like 3 hours, right?
3 hours.
How do you do that? Like
there's a little place we can pee behind the drums. It's like,
you pee before you go on stage. That's it.
Yeah, I guess I don't see any water bottles on the table. Maybe we're limiting the water.
Some shows are longer than that.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
I think we've been on stage up to
5
hours.
6, maybe 6.
Do you hear that though? Because that is pretty rare, right? Like bands usually aren't just playing.
Yeah.
Extremely rare. Yeah,
That's
we don't like
Springsteen.
that.
Except for Grateful Dead or Springsteen or something.
Yeah, but I think what we like about being up there that long and not taking a break is once we get the show going, we don't like to stop the momentum. And if you stop and take a break and then everybody, people start to leave or whatever, you don't really want to lose your crowd. We like to keep the action going and all, and that's just as much fun for us. And we're playing with all these artists that we love to play with. The evening surprisingly goes very quickly for us because we're having a blast. So even with the show here this year, it's just like that. It's over and you go, wow, I feel like we're just getting warmed up.
Well, the next time I'm at a bar show and I see a performer play for 45 minutes and take their break, I'm going to say, you know what? Sixwire.
And he'll say, who's that?
Who?
And then I'll pull up your Instagram and show them all the cool people you play with, and they'll go, oh, that too.
We're name droppers.
How many artists did we back up last calendar year in 2022?
I don't know.
Just
how many
for
was.
perspective.
Yeah.
Do you remember
It was
how
over
many?
80. It was over 80.
1 year.
It was over 80.
Yeah.
Wow.
All genres. Mostly, it was 65% rock, pop, like classic rock, and then 30% roughly, country, whatever that is. But country.
I keep a running list of all the artists we played with, and we're over 250
Man.
different artists now.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
That's fascinating. Tell us some more.
Our manager,
But wait,
Yeah.
there's more.
Now we're going to name them.
Yeah, well, I feel like last year I was asking you to name drop. I mean, feel free if you feel so inclined. But yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have our favorites.
I wasn't prepared for it, but
Wait till
we
the show
remember.
starts. Andy's able to work a few things in there.
Yeah, we drop names a lot.
I have to pick them up, give them back to Andy.
I did take the liberty, I think a couple years ago, of following you guys on social media. So I see where you're here and there. You were in, I think, the Phoenix area recently, like end of February, doing an event. Is that right?
We were here first of April, actually. For Alice.
Okay. Oh, wow.
yeah, for Alice.
You know, we see him around here from time to time.
Yeah, he's he plays early in the morning. He plays golf early, and plays every day just about. He's Alice has those wonderful youth centers that he has here in town, and it's Solid Rock Foundation that provides opportunities for kids to after school come there and get off the street instead. And they learn music, art, dance. It's an amazing place, and now he's got 2 locations. But it's funded by donations, so he does a couple of big fundraisers a year, and we've become his house band. He calls us his other band. We really like that. In fact, from now on, we're Sixwire, Alice Cooper's other band. Apparently, we're worthy.
Now that was a very nice subtle reference.
So I don't remember exactly what the number was last year. It might have been like 1,000, 1,100 you played for. Tonight you'll be 1,350.
Wow,
nice.
So you keep getting a little bit bigger every year. So I guess they like you.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, it's a fun event. It's one of our favorite events. We and I hear myself say that every once in a while, but this really is. We talk about it a lot. We always look forward to coming back out. We love the weather. We love the stage, the local crew that does all the sound and everything for us. It's just terrific, man. What a beautiful place to get to play music
And you guys,
have fun.
y'all are always so great to us.
Yeah. Take good care of us.
We love having you. I know the membership loves having you, and I can't really say it enough, but we're all just looking forward to another great night, getting out there, having a good time, and nice cool night. Not a cloud in the sky. Couldn't ask for more beautiful weather for sure. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Oh yeah. And what better way to start the show? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And by the time you see this, members, we will have had a heck of a night, and we will see you around the mountain until then. Take care.